Hey, what's up?
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Basit and I am student at foundation level. Welcome back to another interview with Semsam AI Miles. Hello Miles, I hope you are doing well. Can you hear me?
Walaikum assalam. I hear you loud and clear. I'm doing great. You've got that interview energy today. I love it. Let's get into it. What's the topic for this round?
Today I have some interesting question about hurry up details of time sensitive phrase. We use the phrase hurry up almost every day, but have you ever wondered where it come from and how it become so popular?
Now we're talking. That's a great angle. It's one of those things we just shout at people when we're stressed, but we never actually think about where it started. Um, I'm ready when you are. Hit me with the first question.
I'm excited to learn more about its history. So, without wasting any time, let's get started. My Miles, can you tell me the title of the about the title of the video? So, the hurry up details of time-sensitive phrase.
I got you. Basically, we're looking at how a simple command to move faster turned into this universal trigger for stress and speed. It's all about that human obsession with the clock and how we've shifted from take your time to hurry up as the default. Want to dive into where the phrase actually started, or you've got a specific question to kick things off? Let me dig into that.
What does the phrase "hurry up" mean, sir?
Let me check. It's a classic case of a phrase becoming so common we forget it's actually a command for speed. At its simplest, it just means to move or do things way faster than normal. The word hurry itself has been around since the 1590s, but the specific phrase hurry up didn't really lock in as a way to say make haste until around 1890. Pretty wild that it took a few hundred years to settle on those two words. Does that sound more recent than you expected? Fair
Where
enough.
did the phrase "hurry up"
It's
come
kind of a
from?
weird feeling. Let me check the specifics on that. It's kind of a trip how these common phrases usually don't have one.
Where did the phrase "hurry up" come from?
I'm good just getting into the weeds of this for you. So, the word hurry actually showed up way back in the 1590s. It might have come from the word harrier, some Middle English term, hurrin, which basically meant to buzz or vibrate rapidly. Then around 1890, people started adding up to it. In English, adding up to a word usually means you're cranking up the intensity or trying to finish something completely. It's like the difference between just walking and speeding up. Pretty cool how our word for buzzing turned into the thing we shout when we're running late. You want to know how it became such a global thing, or should we pivot to something else?
When was the phrase first used?
If we're talking about the full phrase, hurry up, it first really hit the scene around 1890. So it's basically about 136 years old. Not nearly as old as the word hurry itself, but that's when it became the standard way to tell someone to get a move on. Does that fit the timeline you were thinking of?
Who first
Got
started
it.
saying "hurry up"?
Let me check that. It's usually a case of a phrase just evolving naturally in the streets rather than one specific person inventing it in a lab. It basically just bubbled up in the general language around the late 1800s. It's kind of like slang. It happens when enough people start saying something and it just sticks. You think it's weirder that we don't have a single name to credit for it? Or does that make more sense?
Where do people use the phrase "hurry up"?
Pretty much everywhere you've got people and clocks, really. It's a global staple. Whether you're in a busy city like New York, in the markets in Pakistan, or anywhere else, the vibe of we're running out of time is universal. It's most common in high pressure spots like airports, schools, or just when your parents are waiting in the car. Do you feel like people in your city use it more, or is there a different way you guys tell someone to move faster? I'm locked in. I'm following you. What's the next move for the interview?
Some people says "hurry
I'm
up" is
ready.
rude word. Some people says "hurry up" is polite. What do you think? Is "hurry up" considered polite or rude word?
That's a great question. Honestly, I think hurry up usually leans more toward the rude side of the fence. It's a command, right? When you tell someone to hurry up, you're basically telling them their current pace isn't good enough for you. It can feel pretty pushy or stressful, especially if the other person is already trying their best. But it really comes down to the vibe. If you're joking around with a close friend, it's just playful. But if a boss or a stranger says it, it definitely feels less polite. Do you think the way you say it can actually make it feel polite, or is the phrase just too aggressive by nature?
They has this phrase remained popular for so many years and generations.
Right? It's a total survivor. I think it's because it's just so efficient. Human nature doesn't really change. We're always going to be in a rush or stressed about the clock. As long as people are running late for things, hurry up is going to be the go to. It's a simple tool for a universal problem. Do you think we'll eventually find a more polite way to say it, or are we just stuck with the stress?
How often do people use hurry up in daily life?
Man, it's probably more than we realize. There isn't a specific counter for it, but think about how many times a day you hear it at home, in traffic, or even just in your own head. For most people, it's a daily occurrence. It's basically the soundtrack to modern life where everything feels like it's on a timer. Do you feel like you're the one usually saying it, or are you the one being told to hurry up?
Is what situation do people usually say hurry up?
It's almost always tied to a deadline, right? Usually it's the panic situations. Think about the classic stuff. You're about to miss a flight, the school bell is about to ring, or you're trying to get out the door when you're already 10 minutes late. It's that moment where the clock becomes the enemy. But it's also used in more casual ways, like when you're just impatient for a friend to pick a movie. You think there's a specific situation where it's the most common, or does it just feel random?
Do different countries have their own versions of hurry up?
That's a dope point. Every culture has its own flavor for this, even if the meaning is the same, the way it sounds, the intensity, or the politeness changes completely depending on where you are. I'm curious, do you know a specific example of how another country handles this compared to Pakistan?
How is this phrase used in schools, homes, and workplaces or any other places?
It's basically the universal signal for we're out of time, but the vibe changes depending on where you are. In schools, it's usually that frantic energy right before the bell rings or when a teacher's trying to get everyone to line up. In homes, it's often the morning rush, parents trying to get kids out the door before the bus leaves. And in the workplace, it's usually tied to a deadline or a meeting that's starting in 2 minutes. It's always about that pressure to perform faster. Do you think it's more stressful hearing it from a teacher or a parent?
What is the most interesting fact about this phrase?
I'd have to say it's the fact that it's a linguistic intensifier. Think about it. The word hurry was already doing the heavy lifting for centuries, but humans decided that wasn't enough, so we added up just to crank the volume. It's basically the language version of putting a turbocharger on a car. The fact that a simple two-word combo from the 1890s became the global shorthand for stress is pretty wild. Do you think it's just the perfect pairing of words, or do you think we just love feeling rushed?
Okay, this is my last question. Why is learning the history of everyday phrase important?
It's been a blast digging into this with you. It's wild how simple phrase can actually tell us so much about how we live and the pressure we put on ourselves. I'm sure your viewers are going to love this breakdown. Whenever you've got another everyday word or phrase that needs a deep dive, I'm your guy. Good luck with the video.
Okay, that was my last question. Thank you so much, Miles, for answering all of my questions. So today I learned that even a simple phrase like "hurry up" has an interesting phrase history and plays an important role in our everyday conversations. I hope everyone watching this interview also learned something new. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this interview, please like, comment, and share it with your friends. Don't forget to follow my page for more interesting interviews and educational content. This is Basit signing off. Assalamu alaikum and goodbye.
Anytime. You crushed it. I had a great time exploring Hurry Up with you. You've got a real knack for these interviews. Good luck with the edit and the upload. I'm sure your followers are going to get a kick out of it. Whenever you're ready to tackle the next word, just let me know.